Members, we will now resume the meeting after the break. The PWSC will now discuss item 5, 86 TI, So-Kuen Po North-South Link Road. Members may refer to paper PWSC 2026-7, number 8. Members who would like to speak in the item, you may now press the button. The paper invites members to upgrade project 86 TI to Category A at an estimated cost of $1,928.8 million in money-of-the-day prices. The administration has consulted the panel on transport about the proposal on the 15th of May. Members generally supported the submission of this proposal for this subcommittee's consideration. The salient points of the panel's discussion has been sent to members via email on the 1st of June. Now, the list of the government officials attending this item has been set out on the agenda. So far, there are 5 members waiting to speak. They are Mr. Jonathan Leung, Ms. Michelle Tang, Mr. Yu Ming, Jonathan Lambert, and Ms. Elaine Chick. Each member will have 4 minutes, questions and answers included. Mr. Jonathan Leung. Thank you, Chairman. Now, this is the proposal about the So-Kuen Po South-North Link via Kai Link roundabout. Now, I often pass by the roundabout in the past. Now, in the past, there was not much traffic. However, with the urban developments in the North District and also the Northern Metropolis in the future, there is a lot of developments happening. The road section has become very busy. So I support the construction of the So-Kuen Po North-South Link Road. I have 2 questions. That is the maintenance and repair of the road. According to the plan, that's the one in blue on the right bottom corner of the plan. It's a standalone slip road turning to the left. Now, I support the construction of this slip road. It will divert traffic. However, if it is closed due to repair, it would cause traffic jam. And about the road surface material, now we have been using better and better material to pave our roads, but road damage is severe. Especially more and more heavy-duty vehicles are traveling on the road. There are a lot of potholes on roads in different districts. Now, this is a ramp we are talking about. So we need to pave the road with better materials to facilitate travel of heavy-duty vehicles. Mr. Eddie Lee, thank you. Both questions about the longevity of the road. Will it require frequent closure for maintenance, causing traffic congestion? Now, as mentioned by Mr. Leung, we will be using the new asphalt, that's the HMSMA, highly modified stone mastic asphalt, to pave the road. Now, the HMSMA is more resilient with better water resistance as well as quieter. So by using the material, we can reduce the frequency of road closure. What about loading? Is it lighter? Now, for the technical aspects of the material, I will defer to the CEDD. Ms. Joyce Lau, Project Manager North. Thank you. Now, by using the material, we can cater to the stress imposed on the road by heavy-duty vehicles, including buses. Next, Ms. Michelle Tang. Thank you. This proposal is about upgrading 86Ti to Category A. I support the project. Now, that includes building a 700-meter-long link road involving some $1.9 billion. So the public may find it expensive. So my question is, in terms of construction period and construction methods, how can we convince the public that this is worth the money? Now, about the job opportunities for professionals and remuneration. Now, paragraph 32, the CEDD estimates that the project will create some 405 jobs, among which 90 are professional or technical jobs. So does that include professional jobs in the government, the contractors, and the private sector? Now, the consultancy fee is just $9 million, and construction period is 66 months. So in each month, it's just $100,000 paid to professionals. In enclosure 2, the consultancy fee for managing the contract, it doesn't specify the expected months required for the job, but the monthly estimate is $3.5 million. So how does that work? Mr. Lee? Thank you. I will take the first question about the apportionment of the cost. And the second question, I will defer to the CEDD. Now, the first question. 700 meters. That's only one of many works projects. According to the paper, besides the 700-meter-long link road, there are also a lot of reconstruction projects, widening projects, and also building of escalators and so on. So there is a series of works under the proposal. The 700-meter-long link road is just one of them. In terms of cost saved, as mentioned in the panel meeting, we mentioned the measures we have adopted to save costs for this project. First of all, MIC and prefabrication outside of the site. And also we will avoid modifying the existing subway to save cost. 3, this is a complicated project. There will be a section spanning across the Canton Railway and also the water mains. So we have adopted some measures to compress the timetable as much as possible. In terms of manpower, I will defer to CDD. Ms. Joyce Lau. Thank you. Consultancy fee is mainly for supervising the project for the main contractor. For on-site staff remuneration, that's the frontline supervisor. That includes chief engineer on site and engineers on site, frontline foremen, and so on. So there is a difference in terms of the cost. Next, Mr. Yu Ming.
Thank you. At the panel on transport, I gave my support to this project. The DAB has been lobbying for this project for a while. There were many instances of major congestion at the Kailang interchange that paralyzed the North District. We would like to see the start of the project soon so that we can improve the traffic condition and also meet future needs. Now I have some questions. So the project will take 5 to 5.5 years. So when will this project be completed? Is it 2031 or 2032? We need specific date. Now 23% of the traffic will be diverted. By 2031, the VC ratio will go down to 0.8. But then with Kowloon North and Fanling North, more people will move into those areas. By 2036, the pressure will go up again. Will we be able to further expand the capacity? Will there be further slip roads? We're now diverting the southbound traffic, so going from Shengshi to Vienna Garden. Now many cars also go to Yunlong. So in Fanling or along this road, can we reserve space? Can we put an entrance somewhere for cars going to Yunlong? There's a skating rink. There will be a gap. How long will the gap be? When will we be able to reprovision the rink? Now on the surrounding area, so there's a school and then there's also the Vienna Garden. There will be noise for the students and the residents. So how's the noise assessment coming along? The noise barriers will be the semi-open barriers. Can we have fully enclosed barriers when it's closer to flats? Mr. Adley. On the build time, we want to get this proposal approved. And then after the summer holidays, we can start the works. We want to build fast. We're shooting for completion in 2031. For Fanling and the overall capacity, with this project, we will be able to meet the needs up to at least 2036. And then in the future, there will be other projects that will help us keep up with the demand. My colleagues from the Transport Department can tell us more about that. On the skating rink, Mr. Lau from the CEDD will be able to tell us more about that. Now, on Wingchun Primary School and Vienna Garden, we have looked at the situation. For Vienna Garden, it will be 10 meters apart, so the works will be closer. So we will put noise barriers there specifically for Vienna Garden. For Wingchun Primary School, it's further away, 20 meters away. At the roundabout, there are already existing noise barriers. Those existing barriers should be enough to deal with the noise. On the other questions, the noise assessment and the suspension of the skating rink, the TD and the CEDD will take those questions. So for the TD, that will be Mr. Wong. As the Deputy Secretary said, in the Transport Impact Assessment, we have factored in the known development project. When new development projects come along, we will make sure that the new traffic will not put a strain on the existing roads. Now over to the CEDD. The skating rink will be closed later this year. Now it will be closed up to March next year. We will try to compress the build time. The sooner we're done with the works, the sooner the skating rink will reopen. On whether we can further shorten the build time, we will adopt new technology as much as we can. We will use digital technology, building information modeling, to ensure smooth construction so that we can further reduce the build time. Thank you. 4 members are waiting to speak. Will other members in the electrical complex manage their time and return to the meeting room? Once we go through the questions, I will put the item to a vote. Mr. Jonathan Lamport. I declare an interest. My company is in the green energy business. And for the Kowloon interchange, I used to live there. It's a major piece of the transport infrastructure. And when there's a traffic accident, the entire area in Shenzhen and Fanling will be paralyzed. And for Shenzhen, Kowloon North, Fanling North, there will be a lot of extra population. The business community and I support this link road. We would like to see the early start of the construction. Now, on the cost for reprovisioning the park. Paragraph 10 says that reprovisioning the North District Park facilities, the skating rink, and the Powing Road playground facilities, this will cost $71 million. Building a new pedestrian subway will cost only $80.9 million. Do we have the breakdown showing us why we need $71.3 million to reprovision the park? Why is it so costly? $102.8 million will go into noise barriers. Paragraph 16 says the government is improving the design to lower the cost. We're spending so much. In the mainland and in Europe and in the US, they adopt vertical installation. They put solar panels there so they can absorb the solar energy. They also look good. And that also makes cleaning easier. We want the Northern Metropolis to be a smart and green community, so can we adopt such technology as well, Mr. Adderley? On reprovisioning the park, the Deputy Director of the Civil Engineering Development Department can take the question. We also need pedestrian access and landscaping changes for the skating rink, and that's why it costs this much. It makes up 3.7% of the overall cost, so not too much. On the noise barriers, on whether we can put solar panels there. We're only using just a few shorter barriers. We're using semi-enclosed barriers. So the exposure to sunlight is limited. That's why solar panels may not work best. We do note the members' comment. As I said, for major roadworks, when we use fully enclosed barriers, we can adopt such technology, and we are already doing that. So solar-powered noise barriers with solar panels. Ms. Joyce Lau from the CEDD. On the facilities for the North District Park, there is a roller skating rink. It's 610 square meters. We have to demolish the existing rink. We have to move it northward. We build a new rink. And then there is outdoor fitness equipment. There are benches, chairs, and trellises. We also have to work on the landscaping, the pedestrian access for the park. As for the Powing Road playground, we have to provide the pedestrian access and also the lawn chairs. Mr. Lingchik. Thank you. The Kowloon interchange is notorious for the traffic congestion. A long-term solution to the problem for the Northern Metropolis is to pursue this project soon. The paper says there will be a new road crisscrossing the railway and also the Dongjiang water mains. The mains will be underground. There were burst mains. The water affected the East Rail line that caused chaos. My question is, How many years have the Dongjiang water mains been in use? How close is the work site to the mains? Will the works with the piling cause vibration leading to risks that the mains will burst? What are we doing to mitigate the impact on the mains, Mr. Eddie Lee? There are challenges for the works because it covers 3 areas: Fanning Road, East Rail Line, and also the Dongjiang water mains. And that's the major mains. We are aware of these challenges. We have explored different options with the MTL Corporation and the Water Supplies Department. When needed, we will put protective covers or barriers on the mains. As Ms. Joyce Lau said, we can adopt modeling to visualize how the works will proceed. We will be able to visualize how the construction will take place. That can help us minimize the impact or even prevent the impact on existing utilities. We will make sure there will be no impact on the East Rail Line. We will perform the works during the 2 hours of rail suspension. So basically, the people nearby will barely notice the works. Do we know how close will the works be to the water mains, Ms. Joyce Lau? It's roughly 10 meters or so. As Mr. Eddie Lee said, we will adopt new technologies to help us model the works. During the works, there will be real-time monitoring. We will look at the vibration caused by the works. We will also look out for settlement. The real-time monitoring will help us make sure that the impact will remain manageable. Ms. Chick's concern is not just the impact on the Dongjiang water mains during the works. If there are future maintenance projects or piling at the site, will that affect the mains? So there shouldn't be impact, right? There will be no impact. Mr. Dennis Leung. I support this project. My concern is that once we build the new road to ease the traffic at the roundabout, you go from Sokunpo Road to Sanwen Road. Now you have 1 lane, you turn left or turn right. The traffic lighting will be simple. But once you add a new road, there will be a new exit. So you have 2 exits. For a car going from Sokunpo Road to Sanmen Road, how will you arrange the traffic light to avoid congestion at the junction? For Sanwen Road, you go to Shengshe MTL station, you're not widening that section of the road. My concern is that with the traffic light, there will be tailback. So that does nothing to ease the congestion at the Kailang interchange. When you turn into another road, we will have to step up the signposts so that the motorists can make the turn at the right place. The road signs fade over time, and that has led to collision of vehicles when motorists make a turn. We have to do something to enhance road safety.
Deputy Secretary, I will invite Ms. Lau to answer this question. Now for this project, we will apply real-time traffic light adjustment arrangements at certain junctions during the project. I will defer to Ms. Lau for the specifics. Ms. Lau from CEDD. Thank you. There will be a new left-turning road linking Sogonpo Road and the Sogonpo North-South Link Road. That will help diverse traffic. Now, there is the worry that drivers may not be clear about the new road design. So we will identify junctions where we may need to erect more road signs and road markings to remind drivers of the new arrangement. We will also create videos to show how the new routes work. There are two more members waiting to speak, Mr. Aaron Bock and Ms. Christine Fong. After Ms. Christine Fong has spoken, I will put this proposal to a vote. Ms. Michelle Tang has requested for a second round, so there are three members waiting to speak. Mr. Aaron Bock. Thank you, Chairman. Now, this project has been a long-time request by the residents in the district, so we hope the project will be completed soon. Now, if you look at enclosure 1, there will be a large cluster of overpasses spanning across San Wen Road and the railway. It is a very high-stake project. So has the government considered the sequencing arrangement for the project to ensure that the project will not affect the operation of the roads and the railway? Can you tell us, with the aid of a slideshow, on how you are mitigating these risks? Mr. Ed Lee. Thank you. Yes, there are challenges during the work period, but we will ensure that traffic is not affected. There may be some minor disturbance during hoisting operation at night, but there will be temporary traffic adjustment. Now, the supply of Dongjiang water will not be affected. I will defer to Ms. Lau concerning the use of new technologies to minimize the impact. Ms. Lau. Thank you. Concerning the section spanning across the railway, we will need to complete the projects during the 2-hour golden window at night. So we expect that the body of the bridge will be prefabricated outside of the site and installed on the site after transporting to the road. Now the components will be transported from San Wen Road to the position of the bridge for installation. After that, the entire bridge may be pushed towards the sides of the Dongjiang water mains and the railway. So we will be collaborating closely with the MTRC. At the initial phase of the project, we will use 3D surveying technologies to gather the data about the railway and the ground conditions and create an illustration to help other stakeholders, including the MTRC and the police, understand the arrangement. Now, long before the start of the project, we have already conducted a trial So after testing out the assembling of the bridge, we will be confident to complete the project within the 2-hour golden period at night. We have similar experience for the Fanlang Highway. Now for Fanlang Highway, there will be 2 flyovers leading to Fanlang Highway. Sorry to interrupt. Now you mentioned a keyword. If there is room, you will do so and so. But the question is whether there is room. The construction site is very packed. From my professional experience, I think it is quite challenging to complete this project on top of sufficient resources and time. Now, I wish there was a PowerPoint slide to help us understand how the project works. That would convince us more easily. So can you provide us with supplementary information to convince us that there will be room to do the things you mentioned? I think Ms. Lau's answer was yes. It's just a matter of how. That's about the specific details of the works. So if Mr. Pork supports the project, unless you think this is something that would change your position in the vote, then I suggest you provide your professional views to the administration after the meeting to enhance the project workflow. So will the administration be willing to explore it further with Mr. Ron Pok concerning some technical details of the project? Thank you. Ms. Christine Fong. Thank you. Concerning the Sokunpo North-South Link Road, I support the project. This is a very important project in the North District. It has been a long time coming. And with the construction of this large slip road, we can alleviate the traffic congestion in the North District. Now, the administration said that the works will take place during the 2-hour golden period at night. Hoisting operation will take place at night so as to not affect the road traffic as well as the supply of Dongjiang water. But you have to be very careful. How can you ensure that the hoisting operation will not damage the Dongjiang water mains? Are there any protective measures? Now, the Dongjiang water mains has been built 60 years ago. Now, if you touch these aged structure, you may weaken their structure. So how can you ensure that the Dongjiang water mains is adequately protected? And can you conduct more works during night? Works during daytime may be risky. Mr. Lee, thank you. We haven't underestimated the difficulty of the project, so we have conducted many pre-works assessments together with the MPRC, the Water Supplies Department, and so on. So we have measured the distance of the project with the Dongjiang water mains. So I will invite Ms. Lau to answer the question on protecting the Dongjiang water mains. Ms. Lau? Thank you. The importance of Dongjiang water mains is on par with the Eastern Rail. So there will be a section of the flyover spanning across both the Dongjiang water mains and the rail. The contractor has already suggested some mitigating measures to lower the risk for the two infrastructure. Now that's by assembling the bridge and then pushing it northward. Now concerning pre-work survey, during the design stage we have conducted some surveys, but we have requested the contractor to conduct another survey on the Dongjiang water mains. We will submit our work plan to the Water Supplies Department for approval before we start the work. We would communicate with the Water Supplies Department to see if any mitigating measures is required. Members, after Ms. Michelle Tang's second round of speech, I will put this item to a vote. 2 minutes for Ms. Tang. Thank you, Chairman. Now, the administration hasn't answered my question. Enclosure 2, expected man-month. Is it 66 months? Now, $1.9 billion for 66 man-month of work. So that's just $100,000 for the consultants each month. Now that's similar to the previous item, $1.5 billion for 50 months, $11 million for the consultants. But this project only $9 million for the consultant. So can I have more information after the meeting? Deputy Secretary. Thank you, Chairman. Now members are concerned about the price of the consultant's fees. I understand that. Now for the Kowloon pole work, $1.928 billion, $9 million for the consultants. So that's 0.5% of the total. Compared with other works projects, it's a comparable level, 0.5 or 0.7% out of the total cost for consultant. So we will not apportion too much cost to the consultant's fee. Now the ratio of consultant's fees to the total cost is comparable to other projects. Now my worry is that the cost is too low. For other projects, it should be 1 to 2%. It's just 0.5% for this project, so it is less likely that you can hire experienced consultants to supervise the project, and it may give rise to a host of problems. Chairman, we are confident that under this ratio, we can achieve what we set out to do. Members, we have completed the Q&A for this proposal. I now put the proposal to vote. Those members who support the proposal set out in paper PWSC 2026-78, please raise your hands. Those against the proposal, please raise your hands. I think most of the members in the vote support the proposal. The proposal is passed. On whether the Finance Committee should conduct further discussion of the proposal, I now put it to a vote according to paragraph 41A of the rules of the PWSC. The question is that this subcommittee suggests further discussion of the proposal set out on paper PWSC 2026-78 by the Finance Committee. I remind members, subject to the approval of this question, it means that this subcommittee suggests or recommends further discussion of this paper by the FC. If the question is negative, that means that the subcommittee does not recommend further discussion of this paper by the FC. Those in support of the question, please raise your hands. None. Those against, please raise your hands. I think most of the members in the vote were against this question. The question is negative. The subcommittee does not recommend further discussion of the paper PWSC 2026-78 by the FC. Thank you, government officials, for attending today's meeting. The funding proposal approved in today's meeting is expected to be submitted to the Finance Committee for consideration in June 2026 or after. The next meeting will be held between 8:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. on the 17th of June this year. Please be on time. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.